I always like to begin by recognizing some of our outstanding students and their accomplishments. I salute the academic decathlon team from Ridgepoint High School. 3 students placed second and third in honors social studies, scholastic science, and varsity science. Fort Bend ISD Destination Imagination teams recently competed virtually in the Lone Star Finals state tournament. 6 teams from our district plus 1 independent team made up of current and former students earned top honors. Schools represented were Cornerstone and Ann Sullivan Elementary Schools, Quail Valley and Sartarsha Middle Schools, and Clements and Dulles High Schools. All the teams now advance to compete in the Global Finals virtual tournament. 2 Fort Bend ISD students competed in the virtual Texas Science and Engineering Fair, which includes more than 20 engineering, biology, and physical science categories. A junior from Travis High School won 3rd place in environmental engineering for her project on a water recycling system for a single-family home. A sophomore from Dulles High School won 1st place in engineering mechanics for his project on coastal erosion control. He also won the Yale Science and Engineering Association Award and the Society for Science Community Innovation Award. This young man will now go on to compete in the International Science and Engineering Fair. I also want to congratulate our 29 Fort Bend ISD graduating seniors who have successfully completed the 2-year Board of Trustees Student Leadership 102 program. It provides invaluable opportunities for volunteer service, advocacy, and leadership development. The program also helps our students further develop their profile of graduate attributes. I am extremely proud of each of them and the work they have done. Wednesday evening, May 12th, the district will celebrate retiring Board President Addie Helliger and Board Secretary Grail James. Following the event, the board will officially canvass the results of the recent school board election, then swear in 2 new trustees. The evening's events will begin at 7 p.m. at the James Reese Career and Technical Center. Activities will also be live streamed. This is National Police Week. In Fort Bend ISD, we have a dedicated police department that not only keeps our schools and facilities safe, but also goes beyond the call of duty to build relationships and educate our students and the community. Officers provide support for our food distributions, ensure our vaccination efforts run smoothly, and work at athletic and special events, all in support of our students, staff, and their families. Whether they are showing a criminal justice class how to perform a traffic stop or teaching our younger students about stranger danger, our officers are informative and engaging as they seek to build positive relationships in our schools, which is a big part of keeping our schools safe. As we celebrate National Police Week, I ask everyone to please acknowledge your campus officers and our Fort Bend ISD Police Department for their sacrifice and service to our community. I want to thank our Fort Bend Education Foundation for awarding over $650,000 in grants this month. Despite the pandemic's effect on the economy, our foundation's outstanding reputation and strong presence in our community help them to raise funds to support academic projects and innovation in FBISD classrooms. We thank the Foundation Board and volunteers for their tireless work through events like the annual Sugar Shindig, Back to School Scramble Golf Tournament, the annual Gala, and the Zune Education Expedition bike ride that support our students and teachers. At Monday's board meeting, the administration shared details about changes to COVID health and safety protocols, along with the research and data used to inform our decisions. The presentation addressed updates to the district's contact tracing model, wellness screening, and monitoring processes, social distancing, transportation, and the much debated requirements for masks. We heard opinions on both sides of the issue Monday, and we understand there are going to be those who object to our protocols. But please know that the decisions have been thoughtfully developed based on local data trends, consultation with the district's medical advisor, and most importantly, designed to keep students, staff, and families as safe and healthy as possible. At the start of the 21-22 school year in August, The district will require students and staff to wear masks when moving indoors in a crowded space that does not allow for 3 feet of social distancing. Masks would not need to be worn when students are seated at a desk or workstation, at recess, lunch, or during PE or athletic activities. Students and staff will have the option of keeping their masks on beyond the required times, and staff will work to provide an environment that is safe and supportive of mask wearing during required times and during optional times. District projections show that 80% of the staff will have been vaccinated by the start of the 21-22 school year in August. That percentage surpasses herd immunity. Staff also studied the numbers of positive student cases, along with research showing that students have not been identified as super spreaders. We will continue to steadfastly monitor data associated with vaccination rates, positive case reporting, contact tracing efforts, and student and staff quarantines. Should the need arise due to a significant increase or decrease in positive cases, the district will not hesitate to make additional changes to the health and safety protocols to further mitigate the risk of exposure and spread of COVID in our schools. The updated health and safety protocols are posted on the district's website, along with a list of frequently asked questions. Also, at Monday's board meeting, trustees unanimously passed a $780 million general operating budget, a $134 million debt service budget, and a $34 million child nutrition budget. The general operating spending plan includes funding for 112 new positions to support the growth of the early college, high school, and P-TECH programs, full-day pre-K, our virtual learning program, early literacy centers, as well as interventionists to provide enrichment in literacy and math to our students. The approved spending plan also includes substantial pay increases for all staff, including an average raise of $3,600 for current teachers and a 4% midpoint increase for all non-teaching staff. The administration presented and discussed the budget during a series of board workshops that began in late March and published the proposed budget in local newspapers in April. Prior to Monday's board meeting, a public hearing on the budget and tax rate was held as required by law. The total tax rate is presently $1.24, but it could be lowered when the board officially approves the rate in September. At Monday's meeting, trustees received the annual update on the 2018 Facilities Master Plan. The report included information about the new Sonal Butcher Elementary School, which is scheduled to open in the Riverstone community in January 2023. The need for 2 new elementary schools for the Sienna community, which would require future bond money, and the need for a new middle school to relieve enrollment at Baines, Lake Olympia, and Thornton middle schools. Future bond funds would also be required to build the middle school. Staff also reported that the opening of Crawford High School will be delayed by 1 year because of pandemic-related subcontractor labor and supply shortages such as drywall, glass, and metals. The new projected opening date for Crawford High School is fall 2023. We are disappointed by the delay, but labor, distribution, and supply chain disruptions due to the pandemic are factors the district cannot control. Crawford is being built to relieve growth at Ridgepoint High School, and we will continue to use the cap and overflow protocol to manage enrollment at Ridgepoint until Crawford opens. Before I go, I want to congratulate April Marsters, who has been named the new principal at Drawbeck Elementary School. Ms. Marsters has been the assistant principal there since March of 2017 and is a homegrown success story. She began her career in Fort Bend ISD as a paraprofessional in 2005. After becoming a teacher, she won Campus Teacher of the Year and Rookie of the Year awards. She's also a 9-time recipient of Education Foundation grants and a 3-time Rice University Fellow. In closing, I want to thank you for being a part of our collaborative community and for your engagement in the life of Fort Bend ISD. We are a strong, thriving district because our community values education and quality public schools. It takes each of us to help our students see and build the future they deserve. Through your partnership and support, Fort Bend ISD has and will continue to inspire and equip all students to pursue futures beyond what they can imagine.